Well, during Black History Month, many African Americans are digging deep into their past to find their roots.
Well, now with the rise of genetic testing, people have turned to this new technology to find their ancestry. Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz introduces us to people who are now on a quest to answer the question, where did I come from?
If for some reason we all had to go back home, where would I go?
That's a question that's haunted Chantrice Sims Holloman for most of her 45 years.
My mother would tell me, well, we're from Sarasota, Florida. My father would say that he was from Union Springs, Alabama.
Ever since Chantrice was a child growing up in Massachusetts, she wanted to know more.
I grew up in a predominantly white Jewish neighborhood. There were these deep roots with some of the people that I went to school with who were Italian or who were Irish, and all I knew was that I was black. And I was from someplace in Africa.
I understand that you all have been talking about where you come from and what it is like when you don't know where you come from.
Dr. Lisa Bratton of Tuskegee University and Dr. Samuel Livingston of Morehouse College teach African American history and encourage Black Americans to find out where they come from. 42 million people in America identify as African American.
It's a normal human quality that we all try to explain, where do we come from. I think it's one of the worst forms of trauma, besides the physical violence that was a part of slavery, the daily life of enslavement. But the trauma of lost roots, or we're not able to record some type of origin story.
Dr. Bratton has spent decades helping others dig through historical records to find their ancestors, slave or free. But there's little written down before 1870 about the 400,000 slaves brought to North America.
Before 1860, the only way we were able to find an enslaved ancestor is on a slave schedule. There was such a lack of concern about, about that person's humanity. Africans were enslaved and brought to America. No one was thinking about maintaining their family information or making sure that their descendants knew this particular slave ship.
To find her ancestors, Chantrice turned to a 21st century method gaining popularity through DNA. She received results from two companies, 23andMe and Ancestry DNA.
I am 87.9% sub-Saharan, but it was like 85%, west coast of Africa, and it was like, that's where I'm from. Like, my DNA comes from here.
Numerous companies now advertise the service. However, theoretical population geneticist Dr. David Cutler of Emory University questions how companies claim to pinpoint someone's ethnicity and says the human genome doesn't vary much among the 7.6 billion people across the world today.
These things are usually accurate to roughly which continent you're from, roughly what percentage is from which continent, but not usually accurate down to tight percentages from various villages and continents.
If this is all that I have, that's more than I had. And I'm okay with that. And to know that there is a home and there is a place for me would be really, really special. I absolutely want to go there.
Jacqueline Schultz, Fox 5 News.
Well, the Fulton County Library and Georgia Archive offer people free help if they want to search historical records. We have more information on tracing your ancestry on our website. Just go to fox5atlanta.com.